What's up, Hornets? Welcome back to another installment of SHS Today. First, Officer Holman discusses how to handle emergency situations in a new SRO Minute. Up next, stay up to date with the latest in pop culture news and nerd news, hosted by Ev Below and William Wilson. Lastly, Chloe Swantek drives off with a new edition of Whips, Wheels, and Automobiles. All this and a whole lot more on this episode of SHS Today.
How's it hanging, Hornets? Welcome to the May 7th edition of SHS Today. I'm Lauren Hudson.
And I'm Rory Zeller. Featuring some school awareness and the return of a few beloved segments, we've got a lot of exciting content for you today, so let's get right into it.
We are in the midst of AP testing, which means no bells this week or next week. Moreover, the calendar on the screen showcases the testing dates and times for next week's exams, starting May 12th and continuing through May 16th.
If your AP test is scheduled for tomorrow or Friday, check the Saline School's website or AP Classroom for your testing information, though we're sure your teachers have made those dates very, very clear.
Good luck, Hornets, and study hard.
Regarding the school, we're all familiar with intruder drills. In fact, about 95% of schools participate in these drills every year to prepare for emergencies.
For your safety, it's important to know how to respond in a lockdown situation. Thankfully, we've got an expert on this topic in this segment of SRO Minute. Take it away, Officer Hellman.
Good morning, Saline High School. From as early as kindergarten, I'm sure most of you can recall taking part in lockdown drills. They are unfortunate but invaluable exercises that are crucial to ensuring the safety of the staff and students within our school district in the event that we're ever faced with the threat of an active assailant in our buildings. Most of the time, these exercises are conducted under ideal conditions during instructional periods within the classrooms. In a best-case scenario, having the safety of being behind a locked door in a classroom or other secure place is an ideal situation to be in at the onset of an act of mass violence. But you may ask yourself, what should I do if such a threat occurs during non-standard situations during the school day? What if I'm in the commons during lunch or in the hallways during passing time, for example? The first thing that should be done is to take a quick glance at your surroundings to determine the best course of actions based on your circumstances. If you're near an exterior door and you're able to safely exit the school, then do it. Keep going until you're able to reach an area that is reasonably far away from any threat that still exists. If there are no immediate options for self-evacuation, then the next best option is to retreat to the nearest room or area that can be barricaded or locked down and remain quiet and out of sight. Avoid being in large groups and never take extra time to collect personal belongings. It is important to remember that active assailant situations are very dynamic and stressful situations. I hope the day never comes when these actions need to be taken, but I'd like you to know that I, along with every single employee and staff member working in the Saline School District, consider your safety to be the top priority and work tirelessly to make sure that we are always doing our best to improve ourselves on the issue. I appreciate having the time to speak about such an important topic and look forward to enjoying the rest of the school year with all of you. I'd also like to give a special shout out and congratulations to the class of 2025. You've all worked very hard and have accomplished so much in the last 4 years. Have a great rest of your day and go Hornets.
Well, a scary topic, lockdown drills are always being reviewed and kept up to date by Saline and thousands of other high schools across America. Student safety is always the top priority.
Raising awareness for these subjects is important. In fact, this show just happens to fall on Barrier Awareness Day on May 7th.
Let's pass the mic to Mrs. Kimberly Munn for some more information on the topic.
May 7th is National Barrier Awareness Day. This day is dedicated to making awareness of the barriers that individuals with disabilities encounter, both visible and invisible. On this day, we ask that you educate yourself on what barriers can you help break down to help individuals with disabilities have more access to and be able to encounter and or be more independent socially and physically and academically, and also help people with future employment. This day, we ask you to break down a barrier to make a relationship with somebody with a disability and invite them to your lunch table. Ask them to come over and join you sometimes. Ask a friend to join you at an activity. We ask that on this day that you help break down barriers so that we have inclusion and acceptance of all.
There are a lot of things that you can do to make the world more accessible and a better place, whether it's just holding a door for someone or trying to start a conversation. It really does make a difference.
Moving on to a geekier subject, Ev Below and William Wilson cover all things nerdy, featuring the Fantastic Four movie, Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4, and the upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie.
A new movie with Pedro Pascal.
And Pedro Pascal?
Welcome, fellow nerds, to my last Nerd News. I'm Ev Below.
And I'm William Wilson. We have a cosmic buildup of information to share today, so let's flame on. We're excited to announce that the Fantastic Four are making a return in the new Marvel film starring Pedro Pascal, Fantastic Four First Steps. This movie will be following a similar storyline to the original film's sequel. Fantastic Four will have to face off against Galactus and the Silver Surfer. It will release on July 25th of this year, so don't miss it. Now, let's shift the script from superheroes to horror.
I've been waiting for this. The FNAF 2 movie is on its way, but this time it will be retold as a sequel to the first movie. Mike Schmidt and his allies will have to survive against withered versions of the original cast of animatronics, as well as the brand new toy animatronics in an amusement park.
Alongside actors Josh Hutcherson and Matthew Lillard will be Skeet Ulrich as Henry Emily, a character so crucial to the lore, and he has so many unsolved mysteries that fans and theorists alike are looking forward to solving with this movie on December. We should probably talk about something just as popular next, right?
Why not Deltarune? With the release of the Switch 2, Undertale fans will finally receive the long-awaited final chapters to Deltarune. Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4, releasing June 5th, will start seconds after Chris opens a new dark fountain in their living room. Through a heartfelt journey of humor and friendship, Chris and their friends will have to fight a lot more darkness. And their TV? Deltarune is waiting for you to discover its secret lore. I'm gonna miss this. See you, William.
Ev? Well, thank you for joining us on this segment of Nerd News. I'm William Wilson, back to you in the studio.
It looks like 2025 is shaping up to be a good year for our favorite media. Thank you, Evan and William, for keeping us all up to date with all things Pedro Pascal is doing.
That guy is like 50 years old.
Thank you, Evan William.
Now some exciting news for any parents watching. The Spring Art Show will be held this weekend at the high school in the Media Center. Artwork from students across all grades will be on display, and everyone is welcome to browse. The event will be held Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week. If you or your friends want to check out what Celine's students have made this year, come to the event. You might just find a project you worked on when you were younger.
You know, it's not just artists pulling off incredible stunts for Celine. Jordan Allen's pulling up to school in a Jeep that she built by herself.
So she like refurbished it, replaced some parts?
No, she built it. Everything but the frame she assembled herself.
Let's pass it off to our resident motorhead, Chloe Swantek, to learn how Jordan made her dream car.
What's up, Hornets? We're back with another episode of Whips, Wheels, and Automobiles. It's heating up and summer is on the way, so Celine's most iconic rides are hitting the streets. This week, we're taking a look at Jordan Allen's custom Jeep.
This is my 2003 TJ Wrangler. When I bought this, I was around 14 years old. Originally, we paid $2,500 for it and put in around $6,500 in restorations. I really knew I wanted to build my first car. My dad built a lot of cars with his dad, and he always, talks about those memories. So my dad would drive past this house on his way to work every day, and there was a piece of crap Jeep sitting out in front of it. There was a for sale sign in the windshield, so he stopped and looked at it. It needed a lot of work, didn't run properly, sun faded, but it was what I wanted. I wanted something that can be my dream car.
Making a dream come true isn't always easy. Jordan faced many challenges before this car became her daily driver.
The engine that it had in it had a knocking sound. I was kind of hoping that I could fix it, so it ended up just not working out, so I pulled that motor out, put a new one in. Another thing was just this bumper. My dad custom built this for me. No other Jeep has anything like it, and I love that about it. It's something you're not going to see again. Honestly, I learned that I have a lot more patience than I thought I did. After we got it running, I was driving it 5-6 months before my 16th birthday and smoke started coming out from what I thought was the hood. I thought that I had blown the motor or something. It ended up just being a locked up brake, so it wasn't that big of a deal. With a car that's been sitting for years, there's gonna be so many things that go wrong. I think I learned that. Being able to push through the small things that went wrong and just get over it. This wasn't just my first Jeep, this is my car. I built it, I made all the decisions on it for what to put on it and what I didn't want on it. This is mine.
After 2 long years, tireless labor, and lots of truck bed liner, she finally made her dream a reality. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Chloe Swantek. Back to you in the studio.
It's crazy seeing a young person accomplish something that would take years of experience. I don't want to imagine what would happen if I tried to build my own car.
I'm sure it wouldn't be that bad. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
A court date.
Well, that's all the time we have this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Rory Zeller.
And I'm Lauren Hudson. Be sure to follow @SleneVideo on Instagram and YouTube for updates and behind-the-scenes content.
This is actually our last regular show for the 24-25 school year, but we're not done yet. Tune in on May 21st for a special edition of SHS Today, produced by our senior members.
Have a great week, Hornets.
Hornets.